Hello, very beautiful, beloved soul friends. Welcome to another Conversations with Kristin. I'm so grateful that you're here, soul friends. Today we're going to play a little interactive game. I'm really excited about this, okay? You guys ready to explore consciousness with me? So, when we say affirmations, our body often produces a sensational response, and these provide indicative clues about the data housed beyond our awareness. And so this includes subconscious realm data and data within our unconscious states. Data in our subconscious realms includes things like memory systems, attachment systems, and meaning-making associations or belief systems. And then data in our unconscious states includes things like our nervous system regulation and how that's programmed, and brainwave regulation and how that's programmed, and all of these different automated tendencies within our brain and body, how our hormones and neurotransmitters naturally regulate, things like that, okay? So data within our unconscious states and our subconscious realms can be activated when we speak affirmations. And that's why sometimes affirmations can feel really icky, they can feel scary. It's because they're activating stuff inside of us that disagrees with those statements. But that's perfect because it's just a program inside of us, not necessarily the truth of our being, and using the affirmations can actually rewire those programs. So just because affirmations feel a little weird doesn't mean they're bad. It actually means that they're doing good things. And so it's important to choose affirmations about things that we want to believe rather than what we automatically believe. We might not automatically believe, I am worthy of my dreams and desires, but it doesn't mean that's not true. And so when we use affirmations, we can transform the wiring in our neurophysiology so that our consciousness can be more liberated into the fullness that it already is. Okay, so when we use affirmations, it activates this data inside of our subconscious realms and our unconscious states. And so we can actually use affirmations to find out clues about our consciousness or about the neurobiology housing our consciousness. And then we can find our trigger points and find spaces inside of us that need healing. Okay, so we're going to play a little game and explore this together. Okay, you with me? You're with me? So let's just start by taking a few big deep breaths. Okay, just going to breathe in, have a little pause at the top, and then slowly exhale. Go as slow as you can. Now inhale through your nose, pause at the top, and then exhale through your nose or your mouth, either way. Try to go as big, deep, and slow as you can, okay? Breathe in. Little baby pause, and then and if you have a hard time slowing your breath and kind of being present with it, a little trick is something I call breath titrations. And it's where you take breaths and you go just a little bit at a time, kind of like a chugga chugga choo choo train. Like when you see the little train that could, it's not like it's like chugga 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 chugga. It's like one little step at a time. You can take your breath like that, okay? So it'll go like, so if you have a hard time connecting with your breath, you can use breath titrations. And then the more connected you get with your breath, slowly you'll have more influence over how deep and how long you breathe. It takes a little bit of practice, but you can get there. And the awesome part is when you practice this, you're actually going to reprogram the way your body naturally breathes. So it's not just bringing yourself in the moment, it's actually going to help you down the road as well by helping your body be more in tune with its ability to breathe deeply and be present. So it's a really good practice to explore. Okay, so just a couple more deep breaths and then we're going to play our game, okay? Ready? Inhale. Little baby pause, and then one more. Make it a big one. Give it all you got, friends. All right, so now that we're a little bit more present, we're going to explore this game, okay? I'm going to say 3 affirmation statements. And they all have to do with worthiness, which is a big one. That one's housed way deep in our unconscious realms, way in the back corners of our subconscious. Okay, so they all have to do with worthiness. And what I want you to do as we play this game is tune in with yourself inside. Okay, kind of let go of any outside distractions. Maybe move yourself to a quieter space, or close the door, or whatever you need to do. Just kind of take a moment to tune in with what you're feeling inside of you. What's going on inside of your miraculous being, okay? Just take some time to tune in with you. What kind of thoughts are coming up? What kind of feelings are coming up? Where is your body experiencing tension? Is there tension in your gut area? Is there tension in your back? Is there tension in your shoulders? Is there tension in your neck? Is there tension in your jaw? Is there tension in your legs? Is there no tension at all? Notice tension in your body. Notice feelings. What emotions or somatic sensations or feelings are coming up? And then what kind of thoughts are you experiencing? What kind of narrative is automatically being generated? These could be words or phrases or sentences, but anything that has to do with linguistic narrative, those are explicit thoughts. And then the feelings and sensations are implicit thoughts. And then we've got muscle tension stuff. And this is all communication from consciousness as things in our neurobiology are being activated. Okay. So tune in with these 3 specific kinds of clues: your thoughts, your feelings, and your body tension. Okay. Tune in with that and just bring your awareness to it. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to respond. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything at all. Okay. You're just going to notice it, and that's it. Okay. Don't do anything. Don't worry about it. No stress. Breathe deep. Keep breathing deeply and just notice it. That's it. Just stay in the space, notice it, and then just bring yourself back to the present moment. Okay. So I'm going to say these 3 statements, and I want you to notice what comes up inside of you as I say them. Okay. The first one is, I am worthy of safety. I'm going to say it a few times so you can have a moment to see what comes up inside of you and just notice it. And describe it to yourself as you notice it, and then let it go and come back to the present moment with your breath, okay? I am worthy of safety. You are worthy of safety. I am worthy of safety. You are worthy of safety. I am worthy of safety. You are worthy of safety. I am worthy of safety. You are worthy of safety. Okay, so notice what came up. Okay, we're going to do the second statement. And now I want you to see what comes up and then also kind of compare and contrast with what came up for the last one. Does more stuff come up or does less stuff come up? Does different stuff come up or does the same stuff come up? Okay, and so just kind of just notice it, and always come back to the present moment with your breath. You don't need to respond or react or judge yourself or anything. Just notice it, then breathe and just be here. That's it. Just noticing. Just noticing. That's it. Okay? So the second statement is, I am worthy of love. You are worthy of love. I am worthy of love. You are worthy of love. I deserve to be loved. You deserve to be loved. I am worthy of love. You are worthy of love. I am worthy of love. You are worthy of love. I deserve to feel loved. You deserve to feel loved. Okay, so notice what came up. All right. And again, you don't need to label it. You don't need to judge it. You don't need to fear it. A lot of times we'll notice stuff and be like, oh, it must mean this, or oh, no, it's this, or, kind of let go of those automated tendencies. You don't need to judge yourself. You don't need to criticize yourself. You don't need to worry about what you're noticing. You don't need to be afraid of what you're noticing. What you're noticing are messages from your neurobiology, not your consciousness. And you, yourself, your identity, your worth, and your potential are 100% associated with your consciousness. They have nothing to do with your neurobiology. Your neurobiology provides tools and resources, modalities for your consciousness to explore and experience and express as you move through life. But your true self, your identity, your worth, and your potential are associated with your consciousness. And your consciousness is actually a completely separate energetic component from your neurobiology. Okay? And so all those messages, all these feelings, all these patches of tension, those are messages stored in neurobiology. They actually have nothing to do with the truth of who you are. And those messages can be rewired. Every day, your brain and body are experiencing reconstruction. And so all of the stuff that's coming up, it can be changed, and it's not who you are. So that's why. That's why you can notice it and just let it go. Because your consciousness is who is noticing it. And your consciousness is distinct from what it is noticing. Does that make sense? The you that you are who's observing is different, distinct, and separate from what you are noticing inside of your brain and your body. Okay? All right. So just notice what came up for that. So we've done I am worthy of safety and I am worthy of love. Okay, we've got one more we're going to play with. Okay, so just take a big deep breath, bring yourself into the present moment, put a little gentle smile on your face, just let yourself be here and just see what comes up and notice it. And don't react and don't respond and don't label it and don't anything. Don't do anything. Just notice it and breathe and come back to here. Okay, so this last one is a good one. I am worthy of my heart's desires. You are worthy of your heart's desires. I am worthy of my heart's desires. You are worthy of your heart's desires. I am already enough to deserve what my heart desires. You are already enough to deserve what your heart desires. I am already enough to deserve what my heart desires. You are already enough to deserve what your heart desires. I am worthy of my heart's desires. You are worthy of your heart's desires. Okay, so just take a big deep breath. So what came up for you? What did you notice? What kind of thoughts were going on? What kind of feelings were going on? And how is the tension in your muscles throughout your body, from your back and your neck and your shoulders to inside of your gut to everywhere, your legs, your calves, all of it. Okay? Notice it. And then if you can, go journal about it. If you want, you're welcome to leave a comment below. But I really encourage you to go journal and make this about you. Make this about you. You being with you. That's where your power is. That's where your power always is. So make this about you. Go journal and just take some time and just write down what you noticed. And again, practice non-judgment. Practice observing without reacting. Practice noticing without needing to directly respond. Just notice it. Just by observing what's happening, you're growing your cognitive capacities of consciousness. That's really cool. You're growing your brain's ability to engage its prefrontal cortex. You're growing your consciousness's ability to be present and witness. You're growing your access to your personal power just by observing and being present and letting everything else go. And it sounds simple, but there's a lot of times where it's really difficult because what's coming up is really challenging, and it's really, maybe it's really intense, or maybe it feels scary, or maybe it's hard to not identify with it or associate yourself with it. But all of that will get better with practice, I promise. I promise it will get easier and less challenging and less overwhelming and less daunting and less tricky as you practice it, because you're growing your ability to do that. It's like learning a new language. You're teaching your brain and your consciousness a new skill set. So it might feel a little weird at first. It might take a little time to get in the groove, but that's okay. That's the process of learning something new, and it's gonna get better. I promise it gets better. Okay. So these 3 statements. So journal about what you noticed, and don't judge it. Don't label or don't amplify and react to it. Just describe what you noticed, and then write a few kind words to yourself. Write a few nice things. I appreciate who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of myself for noticing these things. I feel compassion towards myself for going through these things. I love myself no matter what I'm feeling. And what you write doesn't have to be things that you necessarily agree with, because again, the sensations of agreeing are coming from data in your body. Write things that you want to believe. Do you want to be proud of yourself? If yes, then write, I'm proud of myself, whether or not you actually feel that. Write the things that you want to believe about yourself. I treasure who I am. Don't believe it, but you want to? Write it down. Okay? That's the process of reprogramming your neurobiology so your consciousness can be liberated into the fullness of all that it is. Speak these things, write these things, think these things. You're literally reprogramming yourself so that you can believe these things because they are true. There's just been experiences in the past that made those things not feel true, and that information got stuck inside of your body. But it's time to let that go because it's not helping you, it's not serving you, it's not benefiting you. And you do have the power to reprogram yourself, which is awesome. It's awesome. This brain and this body are miraculous tools, but it all wants to be free too. Our consciousness wants to be free, our body wants to be free, and we have the power to step forward into that freedom. We already have that power inside of us. You just got to tap into it. It's already there. Just waiting to be unleashed. Okay? So journal about what you notice. Journal a few kind things towards yourself. It doesn't have to be things you believe. It can just be things you want to believe. And then write down these 3 statements. I am worthy of safety. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of my heart's desires. And say them. Say them to yourself. Maybe put them on sticky notes and stick them up on your bathroom mirror, your bedroom wall, or on your car dashboard. And just glance at them every once in a while. Read them in your mind once a day. Speak them aloud once a day. Let this new information seep into the corners and crevices of your consciousness so that it can become true for you. Because if it doesn't feel true, it's not because it isn't true. It's just because there's information inside of your neurobiology that says otherwise. But that's not the truth. That's just from experience. And experience doesn't define who you are. Identity and experience are not synonymous. So I just really encourage you to play with this practice and use some affirmations to liberate yourself because you're worth it. You're worth it. Thank you so much for being here, soul friends. If you enjoyed this video or you got anything out of it or you just enjoyed hanging out, if you wouldn't mind just hitting that like button and the subscribe button, I would love your support on my content. And if you'd ever like to connect and dive deeper into any of this healing journey magic, I would be honored to connect with you. I offer services and products through my consciousness consultancy. You can explore the websites below for more information and email me anytime to connect at artistryofexistence@gmail.com. I would love to connect with you, soul friends. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, beloveds. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being you. Namaste. The love and light in me, see and honor the love and light in you. Blessings. I'll see you next time.